Yeah, the position flexibility of our offensive line is always important. But having guys like Ryan Bates, guys that can play, to your point, different positions, it just helps overall. Smart guys, smart and tough guys up front is important.
And what's the expectations for Cody on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see, Josh. I want to take another look at him today. We've tweaked some things and in terms of his return to play and our approach with that. So I just need to take another look at him today and we'll see where we want to spot him on Sunday there.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Good luck on that walk.
Coach, good morning. Mookie Hawkins. How you doing, sir?
Good, Mookie. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank God it's Friday once again, and, it's almost that time. Care to talk about this diamond in the rough, man, this stud that's been in your scheme since day one, Jordan Poyer, the season that he's having, man, 70 tackles, 2 sacks, he's forced some fumbles, and it's only 8 games. Care to talk about, the season that he's having thus far, Coach?
Yeah, I think he's playing well. He does a great job quarterbacking our defense along with Micah and Tremaine, and I think he's physical. He gets us lined up. He's smart, plays well in the run and pass game, and I think he's done a good job to this point.
Absolutely. And, one quick thing about Seattle, Coach, everybody talks about, this great passing game that they have, but how sneaky good is Seattle's run game? Yeah,
they're just as good. They can beat you anyway. They've shown that throughout the course of the season so far. And that's, even in their game that they lost, they scored 30-some points, I believe it was, 34, I believe. So, they're scoring a lot of points for good reason.
Absolutely. Hey, good luck at the OK Corral on Sunday, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Mookie. Have a good weekend.
Hey, Coach. It's Jason Wolf with the Buffalo News. How's it going?
Good, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
Was curious to get your thoughts on Quentin Jefferson, what he's been able to do for you in the first half of the season, and just the challenge that he and you both faced of bringing a guy in from another team during what has been extremely unusual offseason, what with all the virtual meetings, and then when he shows up, you've got just a very limited amount of time for him to become accustomed to his new teammates, his new coaches, the scheme, all of that.
Yeah, and I would say that's been the case with, we did add a number of guys, especially on the defensive side, and I think that acclimation period, if you want to call it that, has taken some time for us to get to know them and them to get to know us and them to get to know their new teammates, not just the system, but their teammates as well. And so I think that's taken time. And but Quentin's been a good addition. He's tough. He works extremely hard. He plays hard in the games. And again, I think he's, kind of on his on an ascension type of path just because of him understanding now what we're looking for, and both on and off the field. And he's been a good addition for us.
He's made some plays for you. The strip sack against the Raiders, the tip pass against the Jets that Jerry intercepted. What's it mean for a guy to come in and show that type of on-field leadership in clutch situations?
Yeah, that's part of what I was mentioning with the what he's done on the field. And I think that plane is taking off in a good direction right now. So, he plays hard, and when you play hard, down in and down out, good things are going to happen. The production's going to be there.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure.
Good morning, Sean. I got a couple things for you, if I could. On the Milano situation, obviously you had him on a pitch count these last 2 games, and he really has kind of looked like a shell of himself. In hindsight, which I know is always 20/20, but maybe you should have managed that differently. Maybe put him on IR originally and given him the full time to recover. Would you agree with that, or am I off base there?
Yeah, I can't honestly say that, Sal. I can't honestly say that. I just think we've been trying to figure out the best approach, figuring out the injury, figuring out how the injury affects the player, and then just, again, trying to do the best thing for the player and then the best thing for the team as well. So, and that's what we continue to do, honestly. So we'll just see how things unfold as we move forward. And, it's always nice to have players that want to play, but you have to be able to execute as well. And so that's the delicate balance that we're always trying to fight. And listen, no one has a crystal ball. As good as our medical staff is, there's no crystal ball to be able to exactly pinpoint where things are going to be.
Okay, and if I could ask you, this weekend now, you've got maybe the best team in the NFC coming to your building. I hate using the word statement game, because every game I know is a statement game. But having lost to the Chiefs and Titans, two very good teams, does your team need to step up to the plate this weekend and prove that you can play with these elite level teams and beat them?
I see us as a good team. I think there's a lot of good teams in this league. How good remains to be seen, Sal. And I think we were saying the same thing last week. You asked me the same question about beating the Patriots last week. We beat them. So listen, at the end of the day, we're focused on one game at a time, like I told you guys last week. And we have to continue to grow as a football team. So I know you guys want to write that narrative and every week so you have something to write and a job to do. I get that, and I'm trying to help you out here. But we're focused on the Seattle Seahawks and playing the best football we can play this week.
We got plenty to write, Sean. Don't worry. This is just one of many things we have to write about.
So what will next week be? Another statement game?
Right? Well, Arizona, that's a statement win if you can go out there and beat them. So
there you go. So listen, when you're a good team, they're all the same. They're all important, right? I mean, so that's what I think, as you guys have known from me and just in conversation and dialogue, is when you become good, everybody wants a piece of you, and every win's important. And so, it's the expectation.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Sean. I'm just wondering on Mike. He come through at practice this week. I know he got in a full session yesterday. So how has Micah come through?
Micah, okay. Yeah, he seems to be in a good spot. He's out of the protocol now, so that's a good transition for him and for us. He looks like he's in a good spot and ready to go.
And I also wanted to ask you about Taron Johnson, because it was temporary, but in that Chiefs game, you had Cam Lewis at nickel for him, and then Cam got hurt. How has Taron responded since that? I don't know if you want to call it benching, but after that temporary reprieve of his role, and what have you seen from him since?
Yeah, I think he's growing through it. This is a young player in his third season, and he continues to grow and evolve. And there's certainly some parts of his game that he knows that he needs to work on, but there's other parts too where I've seen him develop and grow. And so, I've been encouraged by his play during the week this week, and we'll just see how the game unfolds.
Cool. Thanks, Sean.
Sure.
Hey, Sean. Good morning. We talked, I think last week about AJ and what he brings to the team. There's been some frustration with his level of play, but I want to ask you, just from on the field, not what he brings in the room, what would you say he's brought as a player between the lines every week through 8 weeks?
AJ, which one?
AJ Klein, sorry. AJ Klein.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think AJ's done some really good things for us that don't always show up in the newspaper or the stat box, and the stat line. So he's extremely smart, tough, instinctive, and so he's been put in different positions, played some inside, played some outside, and so that position flexibility has been important for us too. And so I think getting him settled at one position is always beneficial, like it is for any player.
Thank you. And Shawn Phillips, obviously we haven't seen him in a while. He's been working his way back. How is he doing, and what's an update on him?
Yeah, he seems to be improving. We'll take another look today and see how he looks out there today.